My name is Chinaman Western, Regional Secretary from Western Cape. I'm here for this conference. The importance of this conference, one, is for us as a national union to have a composite demands for our members at a national level. Those demands are important that are coming from members themselves from the ground. Ours is to consolidate the demands and submit it to the bargaining council of the various different bargaining council of the organization. Why that is important? It is important in the sense that when we start negotiating, with the employers individually, we find it difficult when it comes to a question of dispute and strike, because it means that one company must strike and the rest of companies, including their sister companies, are still working. But when you negotiate in a bargaining council, where the majority of companies are, it becomes easy to forge the workers' demand and, in fact, make sure that at least you achieve the maximum in terms of the employees' demands. And if by any chance there's the dispute, that majority of employees will be on strike at the time that we must go on strike. So that's how it is important to come to this conference, as various 7 regions of the national union, and start discussing these demands, because these demands are not coming from offices of the regions, are coming from the plants themselves, from regional level. Well, in Western Cape, when we started, you start on the factories, organizers going down to factories, having general meetings with members on the plants, in various plants. Then we have to call a shop steward council, where all our shop stewards in Western Cape came together, bringing those demands taken from members to the council. Then the council, at the council level, then you will then break these different companies into sectors, like your industrial chemical sector, your glass sector, your petroleum sector, into different sectors. At different sectors, then sectors themselves, they will consolidate their sector demands. And then they come back after consolidation to a plenary. At a plenary level, now is where you get all the demands from sector now, not from the plant now, because it's consolidated to a sector. Now, upon completion of that job, then you have discussions and see whether there are any omissions or there are any additions. If now, after plenary discussions, that we are satisfied, then we send the demands to head office. And then we call a national bargaining conference, the conference that we are in today, because it's consolidating different 7 regional demands. Well, that's a political question, but I'll try to answer. You see, there's a clear divide in terms of racial, racial thing that is going on in Western Cape. We will find that in fact, let me qualify, because this was misrepresented in terms of the stats, by saying that the majority of now the racial people in Western Cape is colors, and that's understated, because now the majority is blacks. But at the factory level, we're making sure in terms of employment equity that we close the gap between the racial divides. We close the gap because we established the Employment Equity Committee that is comprises of our members and the employers, and they must meet on monthly basis. Upon the discussion of the Employment Equity Committee, then the report must go to Shop Steward Committee, and then Shop Steward Committee must send the report to the regional office of the National Union. Then at the regional level, we'll make an assessment as to whether there's a progress or not. In an event that we believe that company A, there's no progress, then it's where we go to them and say, look, in terms of your report, there's no progress, and then we'll give them timelines to make sure that there's a progress. And then we close the gap between the racial divide in terms of now in the workplace. Well, I do have a message for a May Day. In fact, to SIPAO members nationally, that May Day is a day where we celebrate as workers, the victory as workers. So we call upon all our members of the National Union to come and celebrate the gains that they fought for, to celebrate what they have achieved, they've been achieving in all these years, and also lastly to celebrate the fact that workers now are free from the chains of oppression in the workplace. Well, I do have that we also, on the upcoming national election, calling all our members of SIPAO to go out and vote for the African National Congress, which is a liberation movement that we all know and we all support as SIPAO. Well, unfortunately, my wish is that this organization must grow, and unfortunately, I'm aging now. I'm about to leave sooner, but I want to see this organization grow to 300,000 members. Thank you.